Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of God, if you have my voice, just confirm in the box that you can hear me. We will start the class today, and we start with the contents of the lecture. Before I start the class, I just ask who is the representative of this class. I guess there was somebody who created the group and added all of you. So if I don't know which of you is that person. If that person can be responsible, it should be someone that can speak English and can understand me, or Farsi. It's not important, either of them. So we can communicate, and I tell him or her what to do and what to put in the, for example, in the group, and for the homeworks and everything for the class, for better communication. So just think about it. If that person who created the group or any one else is volunteer, let me know, so I will write the name and tell him or her what to do. So thank you very much. I hope you are all well, you and your family. In last lecture I talked about the class and the slides and the presentation and everything. Still it's in the note box. If you look at if you look up a little bit up in the note box, note 5, you can see my email address. Anything you want to say or you want to talk to me, you can either write in clear Arabic, English, or Persian. If you write in Arabic, for sure I will use Google Translate to translate it. So please write clear, so the translation comes right. If your English is weak, it's better that you write in Arabic. Anyhow, you write in any language, make sure that it's understandable by me so I can answer. I prefer email for communication. So okay, this is it. Still it's in box. So my email address, my telephone number, and also the link to my website that you can find the slides for the course. So it's again, I'll put it here, drkamel.ir. My email address is rezakamel@yahoo.com. Please save this too for you for future reference or for future use. Okay, we go back to the lecture. We start with the 3 part of introductions first, and then we go to the design. This is the map we are going to use to go through the course of advanced security. So the first introduction is about the computer security, introduction to computer security. What is computer security, and so on and so forth. The computer security, in computer security we start with the statistics. Statistics, I think in Arabic you call it ihsaiye, right? If possible, one of you write in the box what is statistics in Arabic. I don't see anyone typing. Okay, I will write it myself. Yes, al-ihsa. Okay, ihsaiyat or ihsaiya. Okay, so we start computer security with al-ihsa or statistics. Why in security, in computer security, we use ihsaiyat? Because security is not something that you can feel or touch. You see, you cannot I will write it for you. You cannot touch or feel security. It's impossible for the security for you to touch or feel security. Okay, what do I mean? I use one example. When you buy a printer, okay, you understand that you have a printer and you can use it. For example, you can put a paper in it and you can print whatever you want on the paper. It's something we say tangible. You can touch it, you can understand it. Well, or for example, when you buy or you install for example, Microsoft Office, okay, you know that you have something to type, you know that you have, for example, Excel for statistics, SIات, and you can do many things with these softwares, the package of Microsoft Office. Okay, but when you have or you install antivirus, okay, or when you buy firewall, for example, you pay thousands of dollars, okay, to buy and install firewall. What do you gain? What do you see? Nothing. So with antivirus, you will get there is a chance that your computer is infected by the virus, and if you or when you don't have antivirus again or still you can be affected by virus. So we use statistics to show the importance of the security. So we use what you call al-ihsa or ihsaiyat to prove that security is important. Okay. What we call it important? It's al-ahamiyya. Okay. Can someone put all together this sentence in Arabic? That we use statistics to prove that security is important. Someone please type it again in Arabic, this one, if possible. We becomes نحن أهمية الأمنية. Okay, so what is the rest of it? استخدام إحصائيات. نستخدم الإحصائيات لنثبت أن الأمن مهم. Yeah, this one is good. Thank you. So we use different type of statistics, like what happened in 2003 when we had virus, or what happened in 2007, how much damage happened from DOS attacks in 2000, and how much they lost money, they lost business in Yahoo. The statistics about Yahoo, they are all on the internet. About Amazon, eBay, Microsoft, White House is always, a website of White House is always under the attack, and etc. And also viruses, big viruses like Code Red and Slammer. We also recently had 2 years ago, between 2 and 3 years ago, we had some kind of worms. We called it in Farsi Baj Afzar. And what is in English? It was type of malware. Okay, it was type of malware that it encrypt the files and ask for the money. What do you call it? 3 years ago, we had it all around the world. It was the biggest problem, security problem of that year. It was a virus that it enters your computer, encrypts all of your files, and then gives one email and asks for the money. Does anyone know what is the meaning of that? Even in Farsi and Arabic. Salam Ali. I was expecting answer. Anyhow, we were calling them ransomware. We had problem with ransom. We were calling them ransomware. So we use the statistics to show that the security is important. Different type of statistics we use in the organization, so in the corporation, so they spend money in security or on security. So it is important to spend money on security. Okay, it is. I can also put it here, so I send you the Arabic version. It is important to spend money on security. من المهم إنفاق الأموال على الأمن. This one. Okay. So after the statistics, we talk about a fact or a rule that, yeah, thank you, Ali. That we call it biological analogy. Okay, it's analogy in Arabic. It's tashbih. Tashbih, biological analogy, it's a fact, okay, that we define it as when we have homogeneous population. Homogeneous, we call it all the same, okay. Homogeneous, we call it those people or those population that they are all the same, okay, we call them homogeneous. When we have homogeneous population, they are always in danger. Okay, they are always in danger because they share the same weaknesses. Okay, and when you want to attack them or when you want to damage them, you only need a vector to transfer, for example, a disease to the homogeneous population. Example, it's corona. Okay, the population is, we call it نوع بشر or انسان. Okay, all of the human beings, همه انسان ها, everybody, جمیع الناس, okay, they share the same weakness. Weakness, I think, becomes ضعف in Arabic. Okay, they all of the human being, they use the share or they share the same weakness. Okay. I hope I can put it because it's long in Google Translate to see what is it about, but so security is the most important in all technologies, and because it's most important for the success of the project, maintaining the privacy of the system and user. Okay, and so on and so forth. Okay. Yeah, it's important. But here we talk about something else, okay? I don't know what we can do about the طلاب that cannot log in or نمیتونن وارد بشن. We record the class, so later they can just download the video and watch it, okay, for today class, because today also we have two classes. We have one now and another one in the next class. It starts at 4. Okay, but thank you for letting me know, and please ask all the students or give the information to them to join the group. And please, one of the students again put the link to the group in the box. Okay, please put the Telegram group link in the box for new students. Okay, and also everything is here. It's here. I found it, so it's here. I can put it here. Here is the link. So I just remove this one so everybody can see both the links and please join. Okay, anyhow, we will continue. So homogeneous groups, those who have same characteristics, okay, say for example same body and same structure in the body, they share the same weakness. If we can find a vector, we can transfer the disease or whatever we want to them, and we can attack them or damage them all together. It's, for example, if you consider a group of animals, big group of animals, or even big group of soldiers, if you want to fight with them one by one, it takes a long time to damage them. But if, for example, put poison in the water, I think poison in Arabic is zahr, right? Sam, okay? If you put poison in the water, you can quickly destroy all of them. And the computers are like the today computer all are like them because they are all same. For example, the operating systems that we use in computers in smartphones today are either Android, okay, or iOS. And for the computer system, we use either Windows or Linux. You see, Android or iOS, Windows or Linux. They are all same. It's that we have homogeneous systems. And what makes the vector available to attack all of the computer at the same time? It's the internet and communication. You see, we go back here, computer all connected together, and they are dependent. Okay, they are codependent, and this codependency, it accelerates the spread of the disease or the damage, and it will destroy the whole computers. We can destroy all the computers or all electronic devices at the same time. So you see, based on the again I come back here, based on the biological analogy, computers, smartphones, and etc., they are in danger. They are in danger. Why? Because they share same weakness. Okay, similar ضعف. They share same weakness or similar weakness, and for damaging all of them together, we need a vector for transmission of the disease. This vector is internet and network. So this is the second thing we wanted to talk about it. So computers are homogeneous like this, like these animals that you can see in the figure, and for attacking them or for make damage or damaging them, okay, you need a vector like this. For example, put poison or put some in their water, okay, and this water in the internet, in the computer world, is the internet. With internet you can damage them. So this was the second issue we discussed today. The first one was about ihsaiyat or statistics. Second one was about the similarity of the computers and their weakness, or we say ضعف. Okay, ضعف for computer. You should know biological analogy. You should know that what is homogeneous population, and you should know what is the vector for attacking this population. So the third issue that we are going to talk about is the definition of computer security. The definition, تعريف of computer security. We have several things to talk about when we say definition of computer security. The words here are very, very important, and we will discuss it one by one. Okay, the definition پس تعریف, I'll write it down for you here. تعریف امنیت. Okay, definition of computer security. The first thing in the definition is that the security is a state of well-being. A state in Arabic, what does it mean in Arabic? What is a state? Hala, mercy. Okay, yeah, a state, it's or hala is something that the most important feature of it is that it's not permanent, so it changes by time. Okay, so if I go to the board, you see, if I go to the board, I always should draw the axis with the name time on it. Okay, so if this is now, okay, if this is now, it's time, I don't know, the date, and here the date and the time. Okay, if this is now and you say, okay, I am secure. Okay, if it says, okay, I'm secure at this time, we cannot guarantee that I'll still secure, for example, at this time, if this is tomorrow. You see, for then we say that if I'm secure today, it's not guaranteed that I'll be secure tomorrow. Okay, and that's why we say a state is not permanent. It changes. Permanent is, so we say, I think in Arabic, hala la. Permanent is da'am, I guess, in Arabic. Okay, it changes by the time. So da'ama, yes, when the time passes, it changes. So you can never say that, okay, I'm secure and I will be secure for all of my life, or my computer has a firewall that protects it from all the attacks for always. Okay, so it is like that, it changes. This is the first thing in the okay, I just add another text here. Thank you. Today, okay, I'm secure. Tomorrow, I do not know whether I am or not. Okay, today I'm secure. Okay, tomorrow I'm not sure, or I don't know whether I'm secure or I'm not secure. Okay, we go back to the slide. The first one was about the state. A state of well-being, salamat. Okay, salamati. A state of well-being, being healthy, of the information, اطلاعات, and infrastructure. Infrastructure in Farsi we call it زیرساخت. In بنیة الأساسية. Okay, بنیة الأساسية, infrastructure. So اطلاعات and بنیة الأساسية, in which the possibility, so it's a well-being, being in a good situation, salamat, and which possibility of successful. This word again is important. This phrase is important. What does possibility mean? Possibility go back to in Arabic, I think you say imkan. Okay, it's imkan. Maybe it happens or maybe it does not happen. It's ihtimal, imkan. Okay, but so when we talk about security, again we talk about ihtimaliya, yeah, but ihtimaliya and imkaniya. Okay, we talk about ihtimal. Always in security, we talk about ihtimal, possibility of successful. Something more important again in this definition is yet undetected. Undetected, it's Arabic غیر مكتشف. We don't know what is it. مكتشف, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, we don't know. Undetected, we don't know what is it. So when we talk about security, we deal with something, we should work with something, we should face something that actually we don't know what it is. Okay, we have no information about it. For example, consider that you have a computer. Okay, and then on your computer you have antivirus. Okay, and when your computer affected by the viruses, when your computer affected by the virus, okay, it is not a known virus. Okay, it is not a non-virus. Okay, Arabic to English, I should see what you have written. Yes, exactly, it differs. Yeah, security differs from one computer, for example Windows 7 to Windows 10, but something that here we talk about is totally different. Okay, when your computer get virus, it's not from a known virus, it is from a new unknown virus. So we talk about undetected. Okay, we talked about cache. Okay, the new one, you never get affected by old virus because you have antivirus, you have firewall. You always get affected, or you always get damaged by unknown viruses or new attacks. Okay, something which is new and something which is undetected. So undetected theft means دزدی، tampering, جعل and disruption، خرابکاری. We will talk about them later, so they are not important in here. They are not important. Information and also services، اطلاعات and services is kept. Again, this part is very important. We keep it law or tolerable. Okay, it's important that we say law, okay, or tolerable in Arabic. No, tolerable, it's the opposite of ضعيف. متحمل, maybe something like متحمل, تحمل. Okay, we just keep it low or tolerable. So security, something that we wanted to say is that security is never 100% and security is never 0. It's always احتمال, it's always statistics. So I will go back to the board to talk about this. Recently shared board now. Consider that you have something valuable. Okay, consider it, draw a line. This is yours and this is valuable. Okay, this is yours and this is valuable. یه چیز با ارزشی دارید. Okay, you have something valuable. Okay, if you have something like this, everybody from here can come and steal it or touch it. Steal in Arabic, سرقة. Okay, everybody can come, yes, come here and can steal it. So to make sure that nobody steals whatever you have, you should create a wall. Okay, here, so this is the Jedar. Yeah, thank you. So this is the wall, and in computer this is This is our security. This is wall and this is our security. Okay, for touching whatever valuable you have and for passing the wall, we need I think in Arabic salam, right? We need ladder. So if someone cannot attack from here, it should have a put it here. Yes, it needs the ladder to go up, okay, and access your valuable infrastructure or your valuable information. Okay, so something that you should learn here, the security is only the wall. So I will write it here. You help me and write it in Arabic in the box. The security is only like a wall. More security means taller wall. Taller wall needs longer ladder. So what we want to say, we want to say still it can be accessed. So you see, something that we want to say, I want to say, if you just make a bigger wall or longer wall, okay, you need a bigger ladder. If you make a bigger wall, the attacker also needs a longer ladder to access your wall. So it should make it a longer. Okay, and then when you increase your security, I will write it here in the, I can put it in the note. We'll put it here. So when you increase the security, you just make the wall taller. Taller wall needs longer ladder. Okay, so up to here I've already wrote on the board, but something which is important is that number of the people that have longer ladder is less. Also, longer ladder is more expensive. So, chance of you being attacked decreases, but never to 0. This is something I wanted to say. Taller wall needs a longer ladder, and those people who have longer ladder or who can pay for a longer ladder, or they invest on longer ladder or less. So based on that one, according to the statistics, the chance of you being attacked is less. The chance of you being infected by the viruses becomes less, and but never zero, never zero. So with the security, you just decrease the chance. It's here, you see, with the security, you just decrease the chance. Okay, when you use security, you just decrease the chance. Okay, so please, one of the students write whatever I wrote in my last sentence in the Arabic in the box, but never decrease to 0. Just this one, the last sentence. Please write it in Arabic and put it in the box. With the security, you just decrease the chance, but never decrease to 0. نتفز ابدأ الى الصفر. مرسی، ممنون. Thank you, Mustafa. Okay. The next thing that we want to talk, the next subject we want to talk is the basis of security. I think the basis in Arabic is asas, okay, or asasiya. It's in Persian we say paye, okay. That's I type it here. It's or qaida, I think. Okay, it's a base. Base of the security is on 4 separate and totally different concepts. So it's like a chair that it has. It's like a chair that it has or sandali that it has 4 legs or 4 base. Okay, if we want to keep the security or keep the well-being state of your information and infrastructure, you should consider to have these 4 structure or 4 legs or 4 bases. Okay, you should have قاعده. Okay, and then it's اول ثانی ثالث اربع و رابع. Okay, أربع قاعدة. Okay, أربع قاعدة. So the first one is confidentiality. It's here for the security. Confidentiality in Arabic. Confidentiality, what does it mean in Arabic? Write it in Arabic. موضوعية. Also you can use, I think we also use in Farsi seri. Okay, confidentiality, you can also use seri. In Farsi we also use seri. Okay, the next one is authenticity. Here in Farsi we call esalat. I think you also use اصالت, right? Authenticity. In Farsi we say اصالت. In Arabic, I don't see anyone typing. So مكانية الوصول, it's not about the makan, but okay, وصول, okay. Integrity in Persian we call it جامعیت, okay. Integrity we call it جامعیت, okay. You should know these 4 words, they are very important. We talk about the concept of these 4 in security, and then تکامل or تکمیل, and we also talk about the attacks which are related to these 4 words. And then availability, it's a bit tricky. Availability in Farsi we call it در دسترس بودن, okay. Something that is always, if I write it right, always available. I don't think I wrote it right. طباخ 4, okay. It's about the continuity of availability, okay. It's always there, and whenever you want to use, it's there, okay. So it's easier for you to understand the concepts when we go through the next slides, because the slides contains a picture or an image that will show you each of them. Okay, the first one, which is important, if you want to have security, if you want to have or claim security, I'm writing in the note, you should have, okay, you should have, the first thing is confidentiality. You should keep information from the access of those who are not allowed to access the information, or keep the information to the owner of the information, or sender or receiver. You see, confidentiality is the concealment of the information and resources, concealment of the information and resources, and only to sender and the receiver, those who are the owners of the information. Owners, it's owner, so in Arabic maybe just keep it to the owners of the information. اخفاء معلومات, yes, it's good, merci, ممنونم, and we keep it only to owners of information. This is the first thing, okay. The second thing, and something that which is very interesting, by using the smartphones today, okay, smartphones, and by using smart services, and by using smartphone apps, okay, your confidentiality is almost decreased to 0, because everybody will know what you are doing, where you are going, when you sleep, when you wake up, when you go to the class, when you connect to the internet. Everything is in your smartphone, and then all of the applications in your smartphone, they have access to this valuable information, okay. For example, when you don't check your WhatsApp, okay, when you don't check your WhatsApp, everybody in the world, they understand, or they know that you haven't been connected to the internet for a long time, or for this time. When you check my message, I don't know, at midnight, I will understand, or I will realize that you are awake at midnight, something like that. Okay, so the privacy is a big problem in today's world and tomorrow world, and we don't have the exact or clear solution for that. Anyhow, so confidentiality is the first thing. It's almost decreased to zero. Yeah, confidentiality is the first thing, or the first leg of the chair. The second one is authenticity. When you receive a message, you always ask that are you sure this is my lecturer? From where you know? You never know. Okay, are you sure that I'm your lecturer? You never saw me, and maybe you will never see me in the class. Okay, you don't know, because it's a network and we communicate through the network. We don't see each other. So is this really your lecturer? You don't know. If you receive SMS or short message, you don't know whether it's from, for example, your bank or it's a spam. When you receive email, let's say it can be from your bank or it can be a spam. Okay, or authenticity is another base for the security. So the third one is integrity. When I send you some information, for example, I give to the representative of the class, okay, just to give this information to the students. How I can be sure that everything that you receive is exact the same information that I gave to the representative, or I sent you? Okay, it's the same. So in integrity, usually something changes on the way or inside the database, or there is a corruption, or there is a subtle changes that change information in transit, or change information on the place that it has been stored. Okay, you see, I will use one example, یک مثال. I think in Arabic it's نموذج. Okay, I say, okay, today I will write in the note, today we have class. Okay, and I give it, for example, to one of you, okay, for example, to Ali or Ibrahim, and I ask him, tell the students that, for example, Dr. Kamel said, I think قال Dr. Kamel, today we have class. Okay, everything is okay. He just, for example, Ibrahim or Ali, he just add one small word to it. Okay, he adds, we do not have class today. Okay, today we do not have class, and none of the students will come to the class. The class cancels. Okay, I come to the class, I see nobody's here. So this message, this example, this has the confidentiality, because it's only from me and to you, nobody else can see it. It has the authenticity because I asked Ibrahim or I asked Ali to tell the students this. But what's the problem? The problem is integrity. This message does not have integrity. Do not, in the box, do not is not my word. Something that Ali or Ibrahim added to the structure of my sentence. So you should also be careful about that. If you want to talk about security, you should also be careful about the integrity of the message. The next thing is availability. Availability is very important, and on the other side, attack on availability is easy. Attack on availability is very easy. Maintaining availability is difficult. Attack on availability is easy. Maintaining availability is very difficult. Okay, just we use some examples. I'll go back to the board. I will use some examples. You see. Okay, consider that you have a home, okay, and you have an access point at your home, something like that. And this is your access point. I will draw antenna that shows the access point, and this is the waves, for example, okay, of your access point. If I want to, and for example, you have SSID, you have I don't know, web or TKIP or WPS or all of the securities and everything. Okay, yeah, if I have a computer, okay, and or I have a system, any system I have here, and I want to enter your Wi-Fi, access your, for example, this is your Wi-Fi. Okay, if I want to enter your Wi-Fi, it's a little bit difficult. I will teach you later in the class. We have a lecture on how you can access the Wi-Fi, okay, but it's a little bit hard, okay, to access your Wi-Fi and to log into your Wi-Fi, to log in, okay, into the Wi-Fi. But if I want to attack on availability, what can I do? I can create a noise on the same frequency. I just can create a noise like this. So no system can access your Wi-Fi. So it's already done. It's easy. For example, if you want to go to ATM machine, another example, okay, if you want to go to ATM machine, we call it overbank. If you want to take money without having card or without having I don't know, account is difficult, right? Accessing or withdraw the money. برداشت سخت است. Okay, it's difficult. Withdraw is difficult. Okay, but if you want to just damage the overbank, okay, or ATM machine, damage the ATM machine, it's easy. You can use, I don't know, axe. You can break it, you can cut the power, okay, you can hit it, or whatever you do, you will damage the ATM and it won't work. So it's always easier for you to attack availability compared to other type of the attacks. So attack on availability, it's easy. So that we reached the threat, security threats. Let me check. Okay, security threat is something that needs intent. I think in Arabic it's, I don't know, niyat or qasd. Okay, niyat or qasd. One of them is Persian, another one is Arabic. For attack, there should be an intent for someone to attack on security. Okay, we just can stop here. It's a start of the talking about the different type of attacks on the network and based on the confidentiality, authenticity, integrity, and availability, which is non-repudiation attack. Okay, we can stop here, and I think we have another class together. Still we have another class, so I will write in the box. We can stop here, but we can start the next class. Let me write, then you can write. We can start next class at 15:45. We can start earlier and we finish earlier. Okay, so we start 15:45 and then we continue around until 5 and we finish at 5. Okay, so for now we're done, finished. Okay, and we come back to the class at 3:45. Until then, it's in the PDF format on the website. You can download it, and the link is there. And also one of the students put it in the group. It is also in the Telegram group. Okay, again I will put it here. I'm trying to find it on my website and again put the direct link here. Just a second. Okay, it's here. And then we'll have a break. See you at 3:45. All the best.